This video is sponsored by my OnlyFans, where I do my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. Hi guys, and welcome to Geri Reviews, and to this video and stream, basically versus this first versus the Lionel Johnson versus Sanguinius, guys. So, like a week ago, I posted the poll on the community tab asking you guys, the Warhammer 40k fans, who would win in a direct confrontation, a fight to the death. So it's not like, ooh, I'm gonna just slap you around and that's gonna be it. I mean, it's not like it's a contest, it's a brawl that will last for weeks. It's gonna be a real match to the death. So who would win? Well, spoiler alert. According to you guys, Sanguinius won. And I'm going to read the comments that were left under the poll and see what you think about this versus, and of course I'm going to let you know what I think about who is going to really win if those two ever fought, which they didn't, but who knows in the future if they are both brought back into the fold. So hi to everybody in the chat too. I am going to the poll now, and we are going to take a look at the comments. So firstly guys, and by the way, I'm sorry guys, by the way, for the last a week, I was kind of like with the goat. Yesterday I twisted my ankle brutally, so now I'm limping everywhere. So yeah, that's why there's not much of a content this week, just a lot of stuff happening that kind of disable me in ways. But I'm gonna get better, guys. I'm gonna get better. Okay. So, Cheeseburger 12. Oh, that's a awesome name. Says my first guess is the lion will be more willing to cheat. And I asked in what way, and he said I don't know, but the lion strikes me as someone that would find a way. Yes, but we are going to get to that. I mean, he does seem to have tendencies to use an opportunity when an opportunity is presented, no matter if that is perfectly moral or not, if that's perfectly honorable or not. So he does have this, tendency to do such things. That doesn't mean that this will be enough for victory, but still, something to have in mind. Then we have Sawyer Atkinson, who says the lion. Ask Curse. Sanguinius may be strong and fast, but you can't beat the dude that basically has the Warhammer 40k equivalent of an Ultra Instinct. I never heard that when I did my extensive research of the lion. Okay, now Sanguinius juiced up on the blessings of Crown Roids. What? He is not a Chaos Marine? Sorry, Primarch. So what do you mean? AKA Black Rage. Well, yes, he does have that, but it's not. Well, we don't know if it's coming from some of the Chaos Gods. Actually, I don't think that was disproven or proven. Yes, I know that isn't the official story. Yes, you're right. Then I'm not too sure. And before anyone says the lion got beat by Luther, yes, I was actually going to say this. Anyway, apologies, guys. Number one, he is not dead. And number two, Luther essentially got beefed up by all four Chaos Gods like a mini Horus in that fight. Johnson still won. How did he win? But he didn't have the heart. to kill his brother so he didn't finish him. And by letting Luther psychically attack him, it woke Luther up from what he had become, causing the Chaos Gods to panic, leave Luther, and create a F it all warp storm to finish off Caliban. Okay, that might be true because I have not seen the fight in details. So maybe in the last moment, the lion decided, I'm going to do this thing, so I'm going to allow him to defeat me. I mean, I saw that the lion was very badly wounded to the point that he needed to recover. I mean, he was half dead basically from this fight. And Luther is just an Astartes. He's not even one of the most powerful Astartes, and he has got boosted by the Chaos Gods. But remember, Sanguinius fought Engron, demon Engron, boosted by the Chaos Gods. So he is a Primarch and boosted. Sanguinius still killed him. Sanguinius killed that demon Kabunga, or whatever that name had always escapes me for some reason. And he was able to hold the Eternity Gate for so long. And then he fought Horus and was able to last a lot, since Horus was the most empowered out of all the Primarchs. So he was basically the strongest Primarch, empowered by the freaking God. Sorry guys. And it's 11. Oh yeah, that explains it. 11 p.m. And he was the most powerful. And I'm pretty sure that Sanguinius would have killed him. He still made a crack into Horus's armor, as far as I remember. So I'm sure that Sanguinius would have killed him if Horus wasn't powered by the gods. If he was not upgraded in that way, I think that it is implied that Sanguinius would have won, which will make him the most the strongest out of all the Primarchs in terms of battle prowess. I mean, a warrior, the best warrior out of all. And there's a lot to that, but I don't know if I should get into this now or in a bit later. Well, actually, it's a good still good before I forget my thoughts. That Sanguinius, he is a guy that a Primarch that he has a ton of honor, a ton of strength that just coming from the inside. He does not give up, and he is pressing even more if he is put into, in between a rock and a hard place. He's going to find a way to push back on both things at the same time. And you can see that in the latest fight between him and Engron, and how Engron did do whatever he can to kill Sanguinius, but he still did not. And who knows how much... Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm sorry guys, I can't help it. I'm just exhausted for the last 2 weeks, and this with the ankle yesterday, just yeah. So, and Engron, he tried, and yeah, I meant actually to say that Sanguinius, who knows how weak he was after this fight, and this weakened state did resolve eventually, it resolved into him being dead later, that Horus killed him. So maybe, just maybe, if he was at his full power, he would not be able to, he would be able to defeat, Horus. Who knows? We don't know. It's all about writing, as you know. It's all about how the writers see the situation, what they want to do. They can make up any type of situation in which one would win over the other according to their vision for that story, time, situation, circumstances, context. Yeah, so we don't know. But I'm just saying, it is possible. And Dark says, knowing the lion, he would give away super weapons to Sanguinius like he did with Perturabo. he would give super weapons to Sanguinius, but they have to fight with each other. Why would he give him weapons that could help him defeat him? Like, I just don't get it. Dark. Don't forget that Sanguinius saved Jagatai as well. Well, I actually have not reached this story in particular, so no, I don't remember. I think I have to check what Sanguinius did in this time. So, according Slayer, that was Sawyer Atkinson, basically, Lionel Johnson still won over this, but they have to read the fight exactly, because, I mean, did he consciously decided to allow this psychic attack because he didn't want to hurt his friend, and knowingly putting himself in this position? I mean, that this is like, well, knowingly I'm gonna let someone defeat me so they can like get a hold of themselves, and whatever happens, I'd rather do that than die. I'm not sure, because the lion did show his ego a few times, you know, and it was not very pretty. So I'm not sure here in the situation. Gotta read the fight in more detail, I guess. And Jake says Sanguinius would win this, though I can see the lion being able to trade blows for a bit. Well, of course that he would. He's not defenseless. Still a Primarch, and he's a knight. He's capable, very capable fighter, but Sanguinius just all around capable. And of course, this has to be a situation in which both Primarchs could use their full abilities, which means that Sanguinius should be able to fly in order to pick up the lion and throw him somewhere, and whatever he can do, you know. So it should be fair in terms that all the attributes that the Primarchs have are a part of them and should not be excluded from their confrontation. Otherwise, what is the point if you don't include stuff that make them who they are, you know? And Captain Coley says Sanguinius can predict the future, so he can predict Lion's movements and he can beat him. Not sure about that, because this is not something that really factors in, at least the fights that I have read. I mean, it doesn't seem like Sanguinius knows second to second what's gonna happen. Sometimes he gets visions like of the overall picture, like he did with the Emperor when he met him, but he didn't know what's gonna happen exactly. He just saw stuff, you know, images, like results of what might have happened, not exactly what will happen, like the aftermath of what happened, or yeah, just the product of different stuff, so he can make some kind of a conclusions, and, you know, try to think about, I mean, try to see what really is he seeing, what is all of that, what does what sorry guys, it's just very hard for me this week, but yeah, what did it all mean? Basically, that's what I want to say. So okay, where was I? Oh yes, so Sanguinius predict the future. Know that lion, Jagatai Khan and Fulgrim are the top 3 duelists, but still you can't win against someone that can predict all your moves. Yeah, once again, like I said, don't believe that's the actual case, unless it says somewhere explicitly that he can do that. But when we did get live here on the stream through the whole fight between Sanguinius and Angron, sorry, and yeah, we saw that there was no such thing. At least I don't remember. I went through that a few times, and only once after the stream I also went through it again, and I didn't see that. It was not written, so yeah. Conrad could predict the future too, just saying. It didn't help him with the lion, yes? Didn't help him at all. He was very, very defeated in the end of the day. Thanks dear Ivy, and thanks dear Clayton, and G-Man, yeah, I do too. So, here we reached the comment from Rigel Cummins, who says, depends on the location. In a confined environment, the lion has the advantage. In an open area where he can fly, Sanguinius has the advantage. Well, as I said, guys, both Primarchs have to be at their full potential. So you can limit Sanguinius and you can limit, the lion. Or anyone else for that matter. Because we're going to get to another Primarch versus. So there's no point. There's no point to limit anyone. They just have to be themselves in order for this to really have some kind of a meaning. Because otherwise you can just destroy all of their unique abilities, what they're good at, overall talents. The freaking wings of Sanguinius are part of him. What he can do, and he's using that to win battles. So he should have the wings, he should be in the best area for him, and the lion should be in the best area for him, which is probably any area really, because he can't fly anyways. He wouldn't be able to use that type of power in a fight. Do you think? Well, since it was not written the last one, I feel like there is no one that can beat Angel Boy one-on-one. Yeah, if they're not, upgraded by Chaos. I mean, we are going to check the other results when we get to the other versuses, but yeah, Sanguinius is pretty amazing. And we reached the comment of GD1017, and he says, damn, this is a hard one. In my opinion, they are the two strongest individual Primarchs. I honestly couldn't say. I don't know. I kind of think that, Horus is stronger than the lion. So yeah, I just think that. And Ivy says my guess would be the one with a more... What is P.O.'s name? So funny. So the results are, guys, close to 400 people voted, which is great. So 74% for Sanguinius, and L. Johnson 26%, which is still respectable. There's always going to be majority towards someone, or at least I think so. It all depends, on how many books you have read, and do you have analytical skills about the literature that you are reading, and a lot of things, guys. But just, based on that fight that we talked about with the lion's former friend, the fact that he let himself get defeated by this guy, almost killing him, and he's not even a Primarch. I mean, he is upgraded, but he's not even a Primarch. Just have to see that fight. Maybe I'm going to, I don't know, get a bit more insights towards the lion psyche, but even that, I mean, with or without this fight, Sanguinius wins. There are just so many things about Sanguinius that we saw so far that he did, so many feats of strength and as a warrior that are just amazing. I mean, who else can you think about? Someone else from the Primarchs that can hold the Eternity Gate for so long, or at all, kill that demon, kill Angron, who is basically a demon prince, and still fight with Horus and surviving to a point, crack his armor, all those things. And I don't know, and how many hours, days have passed between all of those things exactly. But Sanguinius must have been exhausted, from the fight with his brother, from the the holding of the Eternity Gate, and then finally Horus was like, that was the last straw, or the last drop in the cup. So he didn't had an easy time at all. He got the most, basically the worst scenario the best challenge. I mean the strongest challenge. So yeah, and to me, he did his best to pass all those challenges. Just very sad that at the end he just couldn't do it. There are some descriptions in the fight where, you know, it says that Sanguinius was actually at the end of his strength when he fought Angron. There are some points that he was really reaching super deep to just keep going and keep going. It was horrible. But he pulled through because his willpower, his drive to defeat Angron was more strong, you know, stronger than even the rage. So yeah, I think clear winner here. From your own opinion, you know, from the poll, 76 or 74% is not a small number at all. You decide that Sanguinius wins, and my personal opinion is the same. So yeah, guys, ta-da! Sanguinius wins. So finishing your comments, guys. Horus did, but like we said, Dark is just not fair comparison because he was already upgraded with the Chaos Gods, with their magic, strength, all of that. Horus did, but he needed a lot of backup, yes. Like G-Man says, Magnus probably could provide. He wasn't overconfident. Could provided he wasn't overconfident. Aha. Not really sure, but yeah, Magnus does have a big ego. I mean, who doesn't from the Primarchs? But I think that Sanguinius has a lot more honor, and he is trying to be a bit more objective. I mean, his people are like number one to him, and he even said that, well, if the Emperor basically is not willing to accept his terms when they spoke, and you know the Emperor wanted for Sanguinius to join him, Sanguinius was like, well, if my people will be left alone and all those things, then okay, but if not going with you, not joining you. So he still wanted to be loyal to his people and planet before he was to the Emperor, and he still like went with the Emperor, like from sense of duty, because it is his father, he has a vision. But he also, I mean, Sanguinius had his condition. So I do think that out of all the Primarchs, he is the least egotistical. At least that's how it looks like right now. Maybe one of the strongest custodian. Well, it's Primarch versus Primarch. First, second, custodians are very, very strong, but it's clear in the lore that they cannot match Primarch. They just can't. You know, when we see how it is with the Primaris Marines, which are better than the regular Marines, you know, stronger, faster, all that, they also can't match a custodian at all. But then again, also custodian cannot match Primarch. They can brawl for a bit maybe, but the Primarch will still be the custodian. So yeah. I'm yet to see an Angron feat I'm impressed with. I cannot think of one on top of my head. What about Vulcan? Well, he is a perpetual. It's very hard to do something to him. It's not impossible, as we know. Well, guys. Well, guys, my apologies, but nothing I can do with my current situation. Anyways, so with Vulcan, we will talk about this because it's a long topic, and we will see the results from the polls, and you will let me know what you think. Maybe that's gonna be one of the closest fights, actually. So we are actually right now we are at this fight, Vulcan or Sanguinius. So far it's 60 for Sanguinius and 40 for Vulcan, so it is closer. But when I get to this, guys, we will see what you actually say about this and who will win. So maybe it's gonna be closer here. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments, of course, about this. You can check the community tab for all the posts, and more are coming. There's a lot of Sanguinius versus. And thank you so much for watching. My apologies once again, guys. I hope that I'm going to be healed very soon, but still it's a really bad strain, and because of my young puppy I still have to get up very early, so it's gonna be a process, but I expect it's gonna be just a bit more. Yeah, so love you guys. If you like to support me, you know where: OnlyFans, where I do all my meaningful sex educational content, fitness, health, nutrition, relationship advice, and more. Everything that I can be possibly helpful, and all of those things, I'm there. And of course, there's always Patreon, PayPal for just more casual support. With that being said, guys, love you. Bye bye.